those of you familiar with our format, we kick off with a little chat on a subject. Today is all about strength. We're going to do a workout. Caroline's going to take us through, and then I'll follow on with some of my more kind of expertise in well-being, but I'll bring you a tool. And what's your first one, Caroline, for strength?
Okay, I kind of had so much to say here. So I've broken it down a couple of times, and then I've got a couple of like overarching things. So my first one was about strength in body. And for me, I know people can have very specific goals, obviously, sometimes with their training or with their life or with their body. And for me, strength in body kind of means a body that can move. It can jump, it can twist, it can stretch, it can run, it can dance. And that for me is a strong, resilient body. And I think quite often that means do something new, find some variety, find some balance. Don't just pound the pavement, but mix it up. And I think all of that, I quite often see my training as like ninja training, so that my body can do all of these different things. And that makes me feel strong, knowing that I can run for the bus and carry a load of shopping bags home and things like that. That is, for me, strength in body, because I feel like capable, empowered, that it's a way of my personal power coming through, that I'm like all of these kind of things just in my everyday life, rather than just in the gym with a barbell. So that's my first one. What about you, Rachel? What comes to mind when you think strength?
Yeah, so I'm going to bring more of a spiritual concept to strength, and one that you might not have considered. But when I was thinking about strength, a real strength in quality is in letting go. And some words that came to mind were acceptance. So if we can accept something as it is, to forgive is another aspect of letting go. And I'm going to actually come and train a little bit with you in this subject, so I'll bring something very practical for us to do. But in terms of a mental strength or a spiritual strength in life, to choose a moment where we let go of pushing, we let go of controlling, we let go of forcing, that it really is an aspect that is in nature as well, of letting go, surrendering. So that would be one, and I'll come and bring that later on.
That really resonated with me, Rachel, when you said that, because I think when we say strength, it like in itself, it's a strong word, isn't it? And for me, I think knowing that as a female in the world today, that we can be strong, powerful, capable, but actually part of that strength can be softness, quietness, and vulnerability. And seeing that as part of your strength, as opposed to part of your weakness. Yeah.
And I will just echo what you were saying in terms of my own personal journey of physical training, from everything from middle distance running to kickboxing to boxing to being a yoga teacher. I would absolutely share that I know strength we can think of as, you know, muscle strength, which obviously is important for the body, but everything I've done is with the yin and yang balance. So even when I was training in my grading in kickboxing, it was a mixture of strength in your power, but also finding flexibility and agility. And then also in yoga, those of you that practice yoga, you know that we're constantly on this journey and balance of finding the yin and yang, so the softness within the warrior element of yoga. Yeah, I think that's how I would conclude out that.
I think what we're saying there is that a key component of strength is softness. And some of that is letting go, it's the vulnerability, it's the peace, it's the calm and things like that. I had, so we kind of talked about strength in body, strength in spirit. I had another one specifically for mind. When I was reflecting on strength in mind, a couple of things were coming up to me there. They were kind of two sides of the same coin. And that was the first one, the idea of filtering. So in our lives, we've got so much like news and notifications, and it can build up this stress and this exhaustion. And it can almost like subtract from us feeling mentally strong. And therefore, kind of the flip side with that, and for my mental strength, is that once we're aware of this incoming, can we intentionally consume stuff that's more positive, that's more inspiring? And that can be like in our physical movement practice, but it can also be just with, you know, what we read, what we listen to. And I know that's been a big component of my mental strength, like choosing to listen and consume things that are positive, that are inspirational, that light me up and give me new ideas and like bust me out of my box that's in my mind. And I find that for me, that's been something really positive to engage with in terms of my mental health and my mental strength.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So good to see you guys. Wave if it resonates, if that's useful, and then we're going to move into some physical practice now. Caroline, I'm right in thinking that we need a belt, some kind of strap?
Yes. Yeah, so you're going to need a strap. So when we move today, and we're going to look at physical strength, we're going to look at something called time under tension. Because I'm aware everyone's at home at the moment, and therefore I want to bust open this idea that you need like massive, great big weights and things like this. So we're going to look at a way that we can use our body as a way of building strength. So I have like this little band that looks like this. But it doesn't need to be stretchy. So if you have like a scarf, a belt, a dressing gown tie, and something like that would be really handy. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay, so I'm going to lead us through a little warm-up, just because with strength move, it's a good idea to mobilize the joints and get our bodies prepared for exercise. So we're just going to start really simply with a body weight squat. So if you get yourself a little bit of space, get yourself some trainers, something like that, so that ankles are nice and stable. And we're just going to start with a squat up and down. So inhale, go down, and exhale, come back up. We're just going to wrap that a couple of times. Good, and let's take 3 more. So 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to come to the end of our mat space, or whichever space you're in, and we're going to do what is called a plank walkout. So you're going to bend your knees, bring your hands down onto the ground, and walk it out to a plank. We're then going to pause in plank, belly button to spine, and then walk the hands back into the feet and roll all the way up. So let's do that again. Walk down and walk it out to plank. And pause, and then walk the hands back in towards the legs and roll all the way up. And one more time, walking it out to plank, finding that pause, lifting up the belly button, and then for the final time, rolling all the way up. And then we're just going to find that body weight squat again. So 5, 6 more reps, inhale down, exhale up. That's it, keeping the torso lifted. And a couple more. Okay, and then finally, let's warm up the shoulders a little bit as well. So bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Send that elbows in big circles. Nice. And then make it a little bit bigger. So separate out those hands, good, send them backwards. Okay. Now, when we're working with time under tension, what it means is getting your muscles under load for a longer amount of time. Now, I find this practice quite meditative, so there's going to be a count. So we're going to start with a squat. We're going to squat down for a count of 3, and then come back up. Squat down for a count of 3 and come back up, okay? So I'll count to lead us. We're going to take 10 reps like this. Are we ready? Separate the feet out. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So go down, 3, 2, 1, exhale up. And go down, 3, 2, 1, exhale up. and down 3, 2, 1, exhale up. Down 3, 2, 1, exhale up. Down 3, 2, 1, and up. We're halfway through. Go down 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. 3 more. Go down 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and up. And last one, go down 3, 2, 1, and up. Take a quick rest. So you might be able to already feel that your quads are working. And without adding any weight at all, you can, just by increasing that time, get things working a bit harder for you. If you do have a dumbbell, Rachel, feel free to bring it in for the next round.
Okay.
This time, we're going to go down for a count of 1, hold at the bottom for a count of 3, and then come back up. Okay?
Can I wait?
This one, just to warn everyone watching, is in fact going to be the hardest round. It gets easier after this. Okay, so again, that's down for a count of 1, hold for a count of 3, and then come back up. Okay, so if you have some weights, they can either sit either side, or you might bring one into the chest for a goblet squat. I'm going to do it body weight. I think Rachel's going to use some weights. So get ready. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Go down and hold down for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, power up. And down again, and hold 3, 2, 1, and power up. Good, and go straight down, 3, 2, 1, power up. Good, and down 3, 2, 1, and up. Go down and hold 3, 2, 1, and up. We're halfway, go down 3, 2, 1, and up. And go down, hold 3, 2, 1, and up. We've got 3 more. Go down and hold 3, 2, 1, and up. Keep the torso lifted. Go down 3, 2, 1, and up. Last one. Go down and hold for 3, 2, 1, and up. Ooh. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling it.
It's amazing, isn't it, that actually you really don't need that much to get your body working hard.
Yeah.
So we've got one more round of squats. This time we're going to go down for a count of 1, no pause at the bottom, up for a count of 3. Last round. Okay, you with me, Rachel?
Thank you.
Let's do this. We're going to go down and then come up for 3, 2, 1, and go down and up for 3, 2, 1, and go down, exhale up for 3, 2, 1, and go down, up for 3, 2, 1, and down, up for 3, 2, 1. We're halfway, and down, 3, 2, 1, and down, exhale up, 3, 2, 1. 3 more, go down and up, 3, 2, 1. Last 2, down, 3, 2, 1. And last one, go down, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Welcome to tempo work. It's quite meditative, isn't it? Like, I actually love the count.
Counting, yeah. How's everyone doing? Are you joining in? Are you doing weights with me, or are you doing body weights with Caroline, just without? How's everyone doing? Give us a little.
Yeah, so easy ways to make it harder or easier. Either add in the weight like you're doing, or just increase the count. So do for a count of 4 or count of 5. So we've got 2 more exercises. So I'm going to show you a push and a pull, and then that's it. So we're going to start off with a push, and we're going to talk about a push-up. It's an amazing full body strength move. I think a lot of people feel that it's either really hard or they can't do it. So we're going to work on the ground, Rachel. So I don't know if you need to shift down so we can see you on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So again, we're going to work with this tempo work. So this is going to be a slow, controlled lower to the ground. And what you're trying not to do is collapse, okay? So your knees can be up or down, and just to kind of point out what I mean by that, so we're going to slowly lower all the way down, leading with the chest. And what you're trying not to do is collapse it down, okay? So you don't go too slow at the top, leave some of that strength for the bottom. And when you get stronger, you can take this knees up. Okay, we ready, Rachel? I'll count us down. So belly button to spine, lead with the chest and start to lower. 5, 4, 3, chest is coming all the way down. 2, resist the drop, and 1. And then we're going to come up whichever way. So it doesn't matter, we're not worried about pushing up. Amazing, reset. And we're going again, go down for 5, 4, 3, control it and breathe. 2, resist the drop, and 1. Amazing. These are hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Come back up. So difficult. Reset. Last one. Go down for 5, 4, 3, lead with the chest, 2, and 1. Oh, well done. They looked good, Rachel. Really good.
So can I just ask, Caroline, with kind of the arms, because I'm used to yoga, so in a push-up as you're going down, chaturanga is by the side, but with a push-up, is it okay to take your elbows out?
Yes. So what I'd say, this is another great tip for developing strength, is that where your arms are changes the emphasis on the muscles. So if you have your hands wider, there's more emphasis on the chest muscles. So that actually makes it a bit easier because they're a bigger muscle group. As you then bring your hands in to the sides of your body, you're putting more emphasis onto the triceps. So that makes it harder. So when I'm coaching push-ups, I always say start wide, work in.
Okay, good tip.
Okay. So everyone needs to practice those. It took me 2 years to get a full push-up. And, you know, strength takes time. I think we want strength now. But yeah, it takes time to build the muscle and work with that. I've got one more for you, Rachel. You ready with your band?
Ready.
Okay, so usually, say again.
Up or down with my camera?
Up, yeah, up please. Okay, now when I'm programming for my clients, as I said, balance is really important. So once we've done this push move, we want to counteract with a pull move. Okay, so we're going to work our backs here. So what we're going to do is bring the band over your head. Now, it doesn't matter if it has any stretch, it really doesn't matter at all. You're just going to put that tension in it, okay? Now, what the move is we're going to pull it down, bending the elbows behind the head. Okay, now just have a test rep for me. You can do that, and it can feel really easy, but it's not going to be. So what I'd like you to imagine is that at the other end of that band, there's like a baby elephant or a grand piano. Okay, so rather than just woohoo, we're trying to pull down something really, really, really heavy, and you should feel your armpits clench and your back switch on. And we're going to do it to a count. Okay? So arms up and overhead. Get ready. We're going to pull it down really hard. It's really heavy for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale back up. Okay, breath out and pull down. It's really heavy. So 3, 2, 1, and inhale back up. Okay, we're going to take 4 more. Go down and pull it. So 3, 2, 1, and back up. Pretend it's so heavy and pull it down for 3, 2, 1, and back up. Okay, we've got 2 more. Pull it down for 3, 2, 1, and back up. Ready, last squeeze. Pretend it's so heavy, so hard for 3, 2, and 1. Release. I don't know about you, but I was literally shaking with that effort.
Yeah, and is it, so I'm curious, is it mind over matter? So when you're visualizing pulling something heavy, that switches on your muscles, like from a mind-body connection?
Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just reiterate. Now we've kind of done that body strength stuff. Strength takes time. Be patient. I know a lot of people out there will be attempting to work out at home right now, and you're probably not going to master a push-up within a week. Trust the process. Put in the reps, and if you want a strong squat, a strong push-up, a strong pull, practice, and be patient with yourself. Okay, so I'm really excited for your next bit, Rachel.
Yeah, great. So we ideally need a chair for this one, or a stool. Have you got one, Caroline? A stool or a chair?
No, but if I sit back against the wall, will that work?
Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. Yeah, we might be able to. Yeah, let's see if that'll work.
I'll grab a little step too.
Grab a chair. The preference if you've got a back, you have got a back on your chair, and if you don't think you can, then you can maybe just watch. So let me just give you the overview of what we're going to do. So I was sharing that a quality, a strength, in terms of mind, body, spirit. This is a very holistic way of working I'm going to take you through now, is letting go. And in the body, often we know that sometimes we find it difficult to let go of tension that we hold, especially when we're stressed. Also, we can find it difficult to let go of things that we're obsessed about in our mind. So let's do this little practice together. So take your chair, or wherever you are, you're going to sit. And close your eyes and follow my instructions for this one. Okay, Caroline?
Yes, I've got you.
Great. So let's bring let's be curious, each one of us, how good are we at letting go? And I'm also going to get you to bring some strength. Let's come back to our focus, strength. So start with your feet, and if you're on the floor, just do it. Just do what you can, Caroline. If you're on the chair, join me. You're going to push your feet down to the ground. So push against the ground, resist. And what I'd love you to consider as we practice this is bringing 100% resistance, pushing, and then we're going to 100% let go. So we're going to find that we can train to do either side of the equation fully. So resist, 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 push against. Okay, and now let go. So don't push now, and breathe. And as much as you can relax your legs. So ideally on a chair, but if you haven't got a chair, you can train it another time on a chair. So relax your legs, your pelvis. So don't push now, relax and let go. And also, what you're training with me is, if we think about strength, it does take courage and confidence to go against something, to say no. And that energy, that force is in your body, your boundaries, your ability to stop something, to go against something, and then at the same time, there's a moment where we also need to let go and relax in life. So I'm just bringing both aspects. Now, on the chair, if you're able, and Caroline, do what you can. Now you're going to bring your attention to our knees. So push your knees together. So find that resistance, that strength to go against, to push your knees. If there's any pain, just back off a little bit. Just bring some resistance for a moment against your knees. Push your knees together. Yes, yes, yes. Couple more seconds. Go, go, go. And then let go. And breathe. And you can consider this concept in many ways. So we're training in a way of quality. it might be like courage to go for something 100%, do something 100%, and then there's time to recover, to relax, to see what comes back. Okay, and now your lower back. So your lower back, push it against the chair, or you might be able to do it against the wall. So push your lower back, bring the power, the strength from your lower back against the chair. And this is a parallel area to your core. So any of you that don't have strength from your core, often you will have lower back issues, weakness. So just for a moment, see how it is in your lower back to push. Push, to push, to push. Couple more seconds. Go, go, go. And now let go and relax and breathe to your belly. And what you may find is, as we're working up the body, that you gain more energy, more flow, more relaxation. We've worked the lower part of the body so far. So just be curious, how does it feel? Pay attention to how does it feel. If you're on a chair like me, you can try and let go of the weight, particularly of the pelvis. So let your backside sit in the chair without you controlling or contracting the muscles. Relax your legs. Excellent. And then our hands push against, so hands together at your chest. You're going to push your hands together, even if your arms shake. And again, bring that strength. Bring that strength. So sometimes in life we know that feeling, we just might go for something a little bit. You know, we might just put our little toe in, dip our little toe in the water. So bring this power, this strength from your mind, your body and your spirit to go for something 100%. Bring that energy. Bring that energy. Don't give up. Keep going. Push, 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 push. A little bit more. And now let go. And breathe to your chest and relax your arms. Excellent, keep breathing. And in the letting go, allow any movements naturally, if there's any jumping, or you might just feel like I can feel more buzzy energy flowing in the body. Okay, and then the last one we're going to do is we're going to push the lips together. So this one will be less strong, but now it affects the jaw as well. So any of you that have tension in your jaw, see if you can find some letting go in the area of your jaw. So push the lips together, you breathe through your nose. Yeah, and keep pushing your lips together. Couple more seconds. And then let go and breathe and pay attention to relax your face, let go of your jaw. And don't need to do anything for a moment. You can simply have awareness on your body, how you feel. Breathe in the chest. And just notice it's a way to strengthen, to train qualities of strength, if you like. Qualities of our discipline, of our will, of our determination. It's not all just from our mind, it comes from the power, the spirit of our body, which is also our mind. So just feel how you feel now in your body. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. So give me a little comment. Give us a comment if you trained with us today. How do you feel, Caroline? Did you manage against the wall?
Yeah, it worked really well for me. It worked really well. I really love that practice. And it's something that I've used quite often at the end of yoga sessions and things like that, or even with my clients. Like, you know, I'm a bit of a geek and into the science. And the way that it works, we have this reflex in our body. If your muscle like clenches too tight, initiates this like automatic reflex to then relax, which I think it's a wonderful example in nature, isn't it, of actually how there's this balance between strength and softness, and our body's regulating that for us all the time, as shown by that exercise.
Yeah, and that exercise, some of you might know, I did it for you as bringing resistance, but you can also do it as contracting and letting go, which is what I know more familiar from yoga. So yeah, so should we do a little summary?
Yes, sounds good. Sounds good. You go first, Rachel. What's your main kind of takeaway point about strength?
Yeah, so I was sharing that when we think of strength, we can often think of kind of building muscle power. I know that's more familiar probably for guys because we think of bodybuilding and the weight training. But I think also, even as women, this strength can be, you know, like the hustle, the grit. And so what I was echoing from what we both were sharing was that strength for me, through my own personal journey and practice, is this balance of the yin and the yang, the strength and the softness, which is what I just invited you to try today, in letting go. So finding the balance. And for me, in my own personal movement practice, that also involves feeling flexible, mobile, as well as actually, you know, loving doing pull-ups and boxing and all of that. But it definitely is finding the balance. And then and then letting go, accepting those lovely practices, which are strength of spirit and mind and body, of forgiveness, accepting and letting go.
I think my main takeaway messages are exactly that as well, Rachel. I think it's this idea that as women we can be strong, powerful, empowered, and do hard stuff. And part of that strength is also, as I said, softness, quietness, vulnerability, and letting go. And I think the main message, because I want to give people permission to do that, and see it as part of their strength, as opposed to throwing the heavy weights around or being strong and keeping it inside us all of the time. The softness and the vulnerability is part of our strength in mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, exactly. And the really pertinent part of that, I feel, is that I think for us individually, it's getting curious and reflecting on which part of that yin and the yang are we stronger at. Because I think for some of us, the strength, and it might be physical strength that somebody has an imbalance in, so it might be built, you know, being more physical in their body if they're not very physical. Someone else, it might be learning the softness. And I think it's an inquiry individually as to where we are on that scale.
Absolutely. I think that's such a good point. So we've said this idea of balance a lot, haven't we? But that kind of balance for people will be along a spectrum, depending, as you say, where they are with mind and body and spirit.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Great.
Okay, amazing. So I hope everyone's enjoyed this. It'll be live on our YouTube channel on Sunday. And Rachel, can you remember what our theme is next week?
I believe it's confidence.
Okay, amazing. So we'll see you all next week, Wednesday, for 1:15 for confidence.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Amazing. You too. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the day.
See you.